Welcome one and all, whoever may be watching this, part 14, I think, of Tides of Numenéra. New day, new dawn. I have to say recording the last two videos was a bit hectic, and like that day in particular just ended up not being a fantastic day. It was like everything that I tried to do failed or just became like incredibly difficult. Just didn't kind of go the way I want it to. So hopefully this video is a little bit more productive. And I also realized we probably could have done this whole interact with the mirror thing in the last video because we don't actually have to interact with everything. Like this one kills you, which I'm just going to leave that alone. And okay, so that's the one we've already looked at. The big mirror isn't there anymore. I think this one will transport us back to Circus Minor. The pulsing blue star beneath your forehead expands as you watch. Oddly enough, it feels like it belongs there, like it was waiting to be discovered. Motion draws your attention to the other two mirrors. In them you can see a very different reflection of yourself. Pale clouds of blue light surround your hands. Feathery tendrils trail from every fingertip, flicking at the air. You raise your hand, your reflection does as well, and suddenly your head burns with the ache of a radiant object within it. Look at my hands. The skin is glowing. Tiny needle-like tendrils emerge from the tips of each finger, tiny tools for delicate work. I'm gonna pluck out the object. You press your fingertips against your forehead and feel the needle-like tendrils close around the round object inside your head. Carefully you pull it out. The rising agony melts away, and the glow slowly fades from your hands, revealing a bronze sphere in your palm, growing more substantial with every passing second. Nice, we got a bronze sphere. I wonder if that's any kind of reference to the bronze sphere from, Planescape. Okay, determine the purpose of the tiny lenses. You mentally draw the attention of the tiny lenses, feeling the pull of their eyeless gaze on your skin. In their reflection, you see an idealized version of yourself, stronger, smarter, faster. And in a flash, you understand. They change you, improve you. But a few of them are growing cloudy under the strain. You should act quickly. Right, so I'm assuming head is intellect, chest and arms would be might, and legs would be speed. Look, let's just keep going with this whole intellect business. Might as well get the most I can get, right? Even though it's almost been useless. The constellations of tiny lenses align with your head, and you meet the gaze of your reflection. Something snaps in your mind, and suddenly you feel sharper, more alert. One by one, the lenses fade into opaque haze until one remains, as bright as a winter star. Okay, so then this purple glow will transport us back to Circus Minor. As soon as you look at the mirror to your left, a torrent of radiant light flows through you, nearly tugging you off your feet. You regain your balance just in time to see the light pass into the mirror on your right. In that mirror, you see a machine aglow with the same purple light you spotted before. If you allow the light to carry you, chances are it will take you to wherever that machine is. Alright, let it take me. A flood of purple light streams from the mirror as soon as you look at it. It lifts you from your feet and carries you into the mirror on the other side. Hello, good people. So then I wonder if we can go back the way we came.
Yes.
I guess not. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I wasn't sure if they were going to be like, hey, where did you come from? You don't have to rest just yet. I don't want someone else to get murdered, but we will need to rest eventually. The thief returned, the merchant says. Felinda wondered why, but did not ask. Here's the Tome of Singing Thorns.
Making a note.
Felinda snatches the book from the thief's hands, the merchant says, doing so. And yes, it was the same book, still sealed, still worthless, still priceless. The merchant traces the sigil on the cover for a long silent moment. As a reward, Felinda invited the thief, the customer, to take one of the merchant's more ragged books as payment. Stock space was limited after all, and the customer would be doing Felinda and Steristi a favour. You lean forward and examine Felinda's bookshelf. That was, after all, the purpose of the establishment. I might just take the Secrets of the Labyrinth of Sound. That could come in handy, maybe, I don't know. Felinda gladly handed over the book. The Labyrinth of Sound was an intriguing topic indeed. I'd like to borrow that when you're through, Tabir asked, stroking his chin. It sounds fascinating. The thief's companion said, wondering if Felinda was naked beneath those heavy robes. Felinda says, sighing. Tabir blinks, then turns to you. Guilty, he says, shrugging. Okay, while we're here, let's also talk to Beliezer. But I will just save it in case, I don't know, we have to fight the creature, because I don't want to do that. Okay, yes, what is it now? Min of Tai Lang sent me. He said you needed my help. You? Beliezer recoils, his thin face a caricature of suspicious jealousy. Yes, I could use an ally. What I don't need is someone taking all the credit for my work. What do you expect to get out of this? Support from the Order. This is a good sign, a very good sign. Knowledge? Your response does not allay the scholar's suspicions by the look of it. He studies you, biting his lips, then he sighs. All right, this is what I know. Beliezer glances around the plaza as if looking for spies, then beckons you to him. I have a device, he says in a hoarse whisper that can probably be heard from meters away. If someone can get close enough to affix it to the creature's cage, it will activate and teleport the Numenéra to the Reef of Fallen Worlds. He snickers and rubs his hands together. And then... It's an insane plan, yet how else can I make a name for myself? Greatness demands risk. You'll set it free? What? Of course not. His lip curls. Why would I go through all this trouble to help the creature? Biomechanical organisms fascinate me, and Numenéra's doubly so. I have never gotten to examine one up close, so, he lowers his voice, I want you to teleport the creature out of its cage, kill it, and bring me the, memory organ. I don't want to help you steal this creature. What? Oh, fine, he says. I can handle this myself. Let me know if you change your mind. I don't want to kill the creature.
I'm going.
I'm not about needlessly murdering creatures for study. That's why I was never good at my biology subjects. They always involved, like, insects and jank. And I was like, I can't believe I'm having to separate these ants from their colony just so we can measure their size and features and whatever else. And I know, like, ants are ants, whatever, but still. Actually, I had a friend who was doing a master's in biology, and some of the stuff she got up to, I was just like, please don't ever talk to me about this again.
Ah, you're still traveling with the ambling mood dampener. Good. One shouldn't become too ebullient.
A handful of words, and you've reminded me of how grateful I am not to see you every day. And I you, Allegan. Indeed, the sum happiness of my sisters has improved dramatically. Now, cast off. If you wish to speak to me, I'll need to retain my sunny disposition. By which I mean lose this wretch if you want me more amenable to your words. Oh, okay, well...
Go.
I don't like being in the middle of two characters who are not getting along. This is not my problem, guys. Either help me and just don't talk to each other like grown-ups, or, I don't know, sort out your issues. Oh, okay, I can't get the door. Where are we? There we are.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't think you'll see any of that issue because you can't see my cursor. But, Tibia was just in the way.
Of course.
Okay, so hopefully Mappa will be happy with the information that I've got him. We're just going to ignore the Stitcher situation, because I do feel terrible that I smashed their eggs. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, have you found it yet? Did you see with new eyes? I have discovered the location of the Changing God Sanctuary. He leans forward, the blue eye begins to gleam more brightly. Tell me about it, he whispers. As you speak, Mappa stares at the exposed patch of flesh on his arm. New lines etch into his skin, unfurling themselves across the space. He smiles tightly and shifts in his seat. Yes, he mutters, yes. He points to one line. Here, in the void beneath the city. What's this in the mural? He looks more closely at his arm and recoils. Ugh, gods, it's terrifying even from here. He rubs at his skin as if trying to rid himself of the mural's image. His blue eye looks anywhere but at himself and he shivers bone deep. I don't envy you seeing that thing, friend. No, not at all. He slaps his face a bit, bringing some flush to cheeks, and smiles again. Anyway, I owe you a map, don't I? He takes a big breath and says, The White Death is hiding in a place called the Cave of Last Words. It's an old thieves' bolt hole. They say Chilla herself used it, but they don't say where it is. He smiles. Persistence pays, though. That's always been my watchword.
Making a note.
There's one way to get to it, through the caravanserai. But it's sealed tight, and I never found a way in. But you can get there from the underground. The Stitcher know. They dug there. They can dig there again. Oh dear, I have to work with the Stitcher? Whoopsies. Alright, farewell. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get there. Let's talk to Folsom. See if he'll be happy to know what's for.
I'll remember that.
Quest failed? Oh, okay, they worked out who the murderer was. Sweet. You behold a less than mysterious crime scene as you approach Folsom this time. The big man's knuckles are bruised. So are the downcast eyes of the hooded man beside him. The murderer was Kayatawa, the youngest of the Dendra O'Hare, Folsom growls. She killed a woman named Michaela. A few of my boys stumbled into the scene while she was drawing another one of those bloody circles. She ran and they went after her. He glares at the hooded man whose eyes are firmly fixed on the ground. That woman was too quick for them. Some friends of mine saw her fleeing the city. I doubt she'll be back. He waves a hand in dismissal. If you ever see her again, feel free to do the same thing to her that she did to my people. I'll find her, I promise you. Just like I promised him I would help solve these murders. Good, he says, then his broad shoulders sag. But the dead will remain dead. Whoopsie doopsies. So was that like a timed quest?
I'm going.
I love that I'm having all the success in the world playing this game. I sometimes feel like that's the issue when I'm doing playthroughs of games that I've only ever played, or at least like this is the first time playing through a game. There's so many mistakes that I'm gonna make. So many things that I could have done easier if I just had have known how things work, you know?
Oh, that's the stuff.
Okay, good, we're all healed up. I just kind of figured if we're gonna go find what's-her-face, then we probably should be well rested. Okay. So let's look at this thing. Fist-sized bronze sphere that you removed from a trans-dimensional space inside your head. Surface is covered in interlocking spirals. The metallic edges of this engraved globe press into your palm. Interlocking spirals spin over its surface, pulling at your thoughts at places in your mind. Before your eyes, segments of the spirals rise from the sphere with whispering clicks, forming detailed sigils. Buttons. Hold it up to the light. I don't know what light though, because we're covered in darkness. Light is faintly visible through the curves of the orb's inner spirals, but only just. You see flickers of movement within, mechanisms perhaps. I guess touch the button with the circle of interlocking hand mirrors engraved upon it. You press the button with your thumb and instantly feel eyes, countless eyes, outnumbering the stars, turn towards you, seeking your identity and your secrets. Calistige and her sisters. Interesting. The sphere connects you to people you have met in the real world, and more than that, you sense at some instinctual level that it can transport them to you if you call them while pressing the button and they're willing to come. Huh. Wow, I wish I had have known that when we were back in the sanctuary, because I could have called Calistige, and then we could have looked at the machines. Not that I don't think she would have helped me anyway. Okay, maybe I should also, just while we're here, go back to the reef and see if I can get a part of the chamber to take to the mechanical dude. This video is turning into a bit of a housekeeping video.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me see if I just take a look at everything, if I can do anything. Okay, pick up one of the crystal shards. Is that one of the ones that I sold? Talked about something about it being a crude weapon. Oh, okay, so if I had have done that, I would have started off with a weapon. Ah, far out. I wouldn't have had to have bought this thing. Actually seems like it's a better weapon in some way. So 2 physical damage plus 2 damage per effort applied with a max of 6. Oh, except for this is 3 plus 4. Oh, with a max of 4. So you could only do a total of 7. But 15% on weapon attacks. Can I trade that out? Can I also, though, my dude needs to look at something.
On it. Let's go.
Oh, actually, that's the broken computer.
No.
Did I... There was the shard that I sold. Did I get that from the machine itself, or did I pick that up somewhere else? I don't remember.
Of course. Go.
This, did I mean, I could buy it back if I wanted. Could probably sell this too. Ooh. Ooh. That, where did I get that from? I could sell the book. That would make up for buying the shard back. Okay, let's, just looking at the time, let's quickly just go talk to the dude. See if anything I have is he'll look at, you know?
On it.
Okay, yeah, the crystal shard. Okay, so show him the crystal shard.
I'll remember that.
It says scanning the shard. Micro fissures saturated with organic fluid. This device of yours is alive. Replacement crystals need to be grown, not made. The construct eye light swivels from you, leaving you and the shard in the dark. Can't help you more than that. Growing crystals isn't my business, but those ruin diggers in the Order of Truth might be able to tell you more. You'll find them in Government Square, up the ladder to my left. Good luck!